And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Tight end to the right. Move.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad? Yeah. And the ball's out. He fumbled it, but it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. 2nd down here.
26. 43. Check. 43.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He dumps it to Hyde. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1.
2 times.
319. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
All day, every day. All day, every day. Nice pick. Watch tight. Tight end right. All right, boys, here we go. 280. Even. 4 down. Even.
Now the Notre Dame man. This is Theo Riddick. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
Tight end right. Here we go. Easy. 40 go. 180.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line.
Yeah, baby.
He got 29 yards that time. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's the first carry for Dwayne Washington. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
4 down, 4 down. Tag 57, ready. 22. 20, hot.
Riddick with a carry. A big hit. Knocked out sideways, right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Tight end left. You got 3 down. Set.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devon House.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Very tough spot here for the offense to start.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Rodgers now going to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
4 down.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you could hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Double right. You're right, 54.
On first, here's Washington. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They were in the 4-3. Mike linebacker made a great tackle.
And when that happens, generally it means that the guys up front, the 4 down defensive linemen, have absorbed all the blockers and allowed him to run free to the football. He ends up with a textbook tackle.
Staying on the ground with Washington. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Oh, yeah!
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand up over there.
The play clock's running down to throw on 3rd down. Stafford, this is Riddick on the screen. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a 1st down.
So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Tight left.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Escaping the pressure right. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And he loses the football a second time. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Zoom.
Rodgers from the gun, he'll throw. He's got his target, it's Cobb. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Paul Warrilow, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6.
Man left.
Hey. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And the pressure gets to him again.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
To throw is Rodgers. Operating from the gun. He completes it to Jordy Nelson. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now Washington. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Past the 20. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Mike Daniels in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Strong left.
180. Trips right.
Check 31.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Don't throw this way.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Over, 319.
On first down, Rodgers. They go screen pass to Hyde. Broke a tackle, but not much room there ultimately. Just up past the 25 and no further. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Paul Warlow coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. On the return, it's Tate. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right, tight right. Go here. You're set. 21. 4 down, 4 down.
They'll run with D'Angelo Henderson. There he goes inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Oh, yeah. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Even. Even. Omaha. Hey. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Again, it's Henderson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Shelby in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
They can't stop us, baby. Every time it's a sack. Come on, fellas.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
We got three.
On 3rd down, here's Washington. Oh, good move. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And down he'll go at the 25. And give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
You don't want no problems. You don't want no problems with me.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. Let's see what the offense comes with here. Second and 8.
Over. All right. Shift.
To throw is Rodgers. A little juke. They find some open field here. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Check the backer.
On play action, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Darius Slay with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Let's go.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Good set. Blue 80.
We got four.
They'll start the drive with Washington. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now running right through him. The 20. 31 yards there and a first down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Tight end left. Four down.
80.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Forced out to his left. The left side completion to Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Switch gears.
Theo Riddick, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. This will be fielded at the 6. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you...
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Akeem Spence coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
30. Wide. Get wide.
On second down, here's Rodgers. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Let's get out of there.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
You go set. You waiting. 22. Easy.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. Hey, now the ball comes loose. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
That's where you belong.
You go set. 54.
Check 3.
Omaha, ready to move. Easy, alert.
On second down, Washington. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Man left.
You set. 4.
He's coming. We got double up.
In motion left goes Jones.
Motion.
Monday.
Reset.
On third down, Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down. A strong run by a strong runner in Carlos Hyde.
I like how you just characterize him because that's him in a nutshell. And you saw it there on that run. His ability to continually move forward and the legs always churning, I think that's one of the attributes that's really special about him.
And he's got some space here. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So here we go, first and 10 now.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Haloti Ngata in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Two tights.
To throw on second down, Rodgers. His throw caught right around the 6. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Your trip ends here, baby. Your trip ends here. Tight, watch left. Tight.
They come out here in the eye. 1st and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
319!
Alert!
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. This will be caught just inside the 10. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
319!
Odd on. 5 down.
On the sneak, Rodgers. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Lions now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Here's Riddick, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
When you think of Mike Daniels, you think of strength. Hard to knock off the football, but surprising quickness and ability to move and evade people. How about that play there?
Well, he can squat 600 pounds, so that's how he caught people's attention coming into the league, and he caught our attention right there. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. The Lions on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
And that's how you pick up a 1st down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now Riddick. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They go back to Riddick. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. On the carry is Henderson, and he'll be knocked down sideways around the 37. They'll be marked inches short, no gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down.
Boom! Yeah, baby!
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it.
Hey. 4 down. 87's getting the ball. 87's getting the ball.
Hey, 22!
On the ground, it's Reddick. And some room to Theo Reddick. Touchdown, Detroit. Theo Reddick with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at him turn.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Now a play fake. Rodgers lets it go for Nelson. And that's caught inside the 35. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all. And it's been a long day for this crowd waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Uncle, over here. Easy.
Rodgers now on first down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Easy.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jordy Nelson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think at any moment I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore.
Tight end right.
You ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Tight end right.
You're set.
We got
54.
We got 4.
Hey, tag 50 left.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
And the tight end Ebron in motion.
Check 24.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Stafford now to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. And tough starting field position here. They start the drive with Hyde. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Double tight, double tight. 4 down.
Again, it's Hyde. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Evades the tackler, and now some space. Carlos Hyde, see you later. It's a big run there by Hyde. 88 yards. So a big play there running right. The DN couldn't get out. They couldn't stop him. It was the offense setting the edge and getting the big gain.
Yeah, essentially when you're the defensive end, when they talk about setting the edge so the offense has to bounce it one way or the other, instead that edge was actually rounded off by the offense and continued deep down the field.
A gain of 9 there. Sets up second and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
43 is the mic, boys. 43. Check, 43.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Devontae Adams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. And he knocks it through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Where Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage, they've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Byfema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right? Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Mike Daniels in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Here's Sam Martin now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, and it's a laser, headed for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. And Rodgers is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Man left,
Hey,
man
tack
left.
32. Tack 30. Tack.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Hey. We got four. We got four down. Four down.
180.
They'll run again. This time it's Abdullah. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation when they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Running it, Washington. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave them with a third and about 3 to go.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. Gets past Theo Riddick. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Theo Riddick, his third touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead.
Yeah, good job, O. That's the way
Prater on to add the extra point. And oh, it's blocked. And he'll just protect the football and go down and take the sack.
Fumble.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Run, 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 run!
Touchdown, Packers! Carlos Hyde, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are back within a score. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And Detroit getting set to go now. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock.
You ready?
Hey, 4 down.
They go play action here on first down. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, giving different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35. The 36.
Run, 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 run! Yeah! The big boys came out to play. I've been here, brother.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this.
Woo! Yeah, baby! Yeah!
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Tight right, tight right.
Tag 57, right, right, to your right, 22.
4 down.
21.
Kill.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
3 down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Hey, go here. Hey, 5-0. 59.
4 down.
20 hot.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 2nd down, and the offense in search of 6 yards.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Here we go. 180.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Too fast, baby.
The Lions on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. The play clock getting low, so Sean Payton says let's take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Lions on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 2-score game. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Watch tight, watch tight. Tight end right, tight end right.
You ready? 180.
Even. 4 down.
Go here.
Even.
Omaha, ready, blue.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Lions, a loss would have really hurt. As it stands, they finished the first half at 3-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Lambeau, good night, everybody.